Good morning, students. Today we will study more about the biodiversity. So first of all, we'll do the patterns of biodiversity. Biodiversity is not uniform throughout the world but shows uneven distribution. That means the biodiversity or the biological diversity or the variety of living organism is not same at every place or at every geographical area. Each and every area is having a different biodiversity or the number of species. That is why it is not uniform throughout the world. Biodiversity is basically affected by two factors. One is latitudinal gradient and species area relationship. Now, what is the latitudinal gradient and the species area relationship? We'll do in the coming slide. Latitudinal gradient says that diversity of the different species decreases as we move away from the equator towards the pole. That means the diversity towards the equator is much higher as compared to the diversity of the plant or animal present on the poles. Tropics have more species than the temperate or the polar region. For example, Colombia, which is located near the equator, has 1400 species of bird, while New York, which is located at 41 degree north, has 105 species, and Greenland, which is located at 71 degree north, only has 56 species of the bird. India, with much more of its land area in the tropical latitude, has more than 1200 species of birds. Tropical rainforest of Amazon in South America possess the greatest biodiversity on the earth with more than 40,000 species of plants, 3,000 of fishes, 1,300 species of birds, 427 of mammals, 427 of amphibians, 378 species of reptiles, and more than 1,25,000 species of invertebrate. So that is the biodiversity which is present in the Amazon forest of South America. The reason why great biological diversity is observed in tropic are: temperate regions have been subjected to frequent glaciation in the past, but tropical regions remain undisturbed. Therefore, tropics had a longer evolutionary time for the species diversification. Temperate environment, unlike the tropics, are more seasonal, less constant, and unpredictable, which results in the Nikkei formation or Nikkei specialization and lesser species diversity. Tropics have greater solar energy exposure. That means more solar energy is available in the tropical region, which contributes to higher productivity and greater biodiversity. So these are the few reasons why tropics has or the tropical region have greater biodiversity as compared to the temperate region. Another pattern of biodiversity is species area relationship or the relationship between species and the area explored. German naturalist and geographer Alexander von Humboldt observed that within a region, species richness increased with increasing the explored area, but up to a certain limit. That means as soon as we increase the explored area, the richness of the species or the number of the species also increased. The relationship between species richness and area for a wide variety of taxa like vascular plants, birds, bat, and freshwater fishes appears as a rectangular hyperbola. On a log scale, the species area relationship is observed as a straight line which is described by the following equation. Log S is equal to log C plus Z log A, where S is the species richness, A is area, Z is the slope of line or called as regression coefficient, and C is the y-intercept. So you have to learn this log equation as it is. Importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. Ecologists believe that communities with more species tend to be more stable than those with less species. This was confirmed by David Tillman. So according to the David Tillman, stable community has a certain characteristics that are: the productivity should not vary too much from year to year. If we are saying that the particular community is stable, so there should not be much variation in the productivity of a particular species present in that area year after year. Then only the community will be known as stable community. Second is the community should be resistant from all the natural and man-made disturbances which occur occasionally. Third, the community should be resistant to the invasion by alien species. Like if we introduce any species from outside, that particular species should not affect the productivity and the abundance of the native species. So these are the few characteristics which are essential for the community to be stable. Importance of biodiversity for survival of species can be explained by the rivet-popper hypothesis, which is proposed by Stanford ecologist Paul Ehrlich. This hypothesis assumes the ecosystem to be an airplane. So they assume that the whole ecosystem with airplane and the species to be the rivet joining all the parts together, and species are considered to be the rivet which join all the different parts of the airplane together. So if every passenger pops a rivet to take home, resulting in the species extinction, it may not affect the flight safety initially. That means the proper ecosystem functioning will not be affected initially, but with the time, as more rivets are removed, the plane becomes dangerously weak and fatal to the life of other species. So Paul Ehrlich considered the whole ecosystem as an airplane and all the species as a rivet. So if every passenger which is present in the ecosystem take one rivet out from that airplane, so initially it happens कि it may not affect the species or the functioning of the ecosystem, but later on, as the time passes, the plane become dangerously weak or the ecosystem become dangerously weak as more number of species or more numbers of rivets will be removed from the airplane.